Hello, this is Hugh McElroy with the Royal Horticulturalist Society. I'm sitting with Augustinian friar and horticulturist Gregor Mendel, who today will be sharing with us the story behind his most recent and first publication, Experiments with Plant Hybridization. Thank you for joining me today. Let's start with some background on yourself and how you came about horticulture. I'm a friar at the monastery of St. Thomas in Brunn, a town in the Austro-Hungarian Empire. I attended the University of Vienna in 1851 and studied under Christian Doppler, a physicist. This class continued to expand a childhood affinity for science, and when I returned to the monastery, I found that horticulture would be a great endeavor for me to express my scientific interest. Apart from your interest in plants, what are your other interests in science? Over the years, I've charted sunspots, and I've even dabbled in meteorology by tracking tornadoes and founding the Austrian Meteorological Society. I also kept an apiary of bees maintained, which unfortunately led to the liquidation of a nasty, vindictive strain of bee I had bred. Why did you choose to use pea plants for your experiments? Beside enjoying their taste and needing their supply, I found that peas are much easier to breed because they can't be pollinated by wind or insects. I must personally select which plants I want mixed. Working with pea plants gave me evidence of their binary nature. Pea plants can only be tall or short, peas can only have green or yellow pods, and peas can only be wrinkled or smooth, nothing in between. What was your first important conclusion from your work with pea plants? And could you give me some specific examples? My initial conclusion when working with pea plants is that some binary traits can dominate others. For instance, if you were to cross a purebred green pea plant with a purebred yellow pea plant, you would only produce yellow pea offspring. But the most important part of this is that the green trait did not disappear. When the second generation is bred together, the green peas reappear. To be specific, exactly one green appeared for every 3 dominant yellows, thus forming a 3-to-1 ratio. 3 dominants per 1 recessive trait. Furthermore, multiple traits do not subdue one another. For example, even though tall dominates short, a recessive short plant could still have dominant yellow peas. You have traced specific traits from a pea plant back to its parents. What method allowed you to succeed where other horticulturalists have failed? I found that focusing on an individual trait allows the process to be much simpler and thus more efficient. Instead of describing the overall resemblance of a plant to its parents, I'm relating each trait individually. Your recent paper entitled Experiments on Plant Hybridization was published to the Brunn Society for Natural Science. How well do you think your work was received amongst the public and society members? During my presentation to the Brunn Society for Natural Science, I found that, while attentive, the minds of the audience were not receptive to the importance of my findings. It was an underwhelming reception, and my publication sparked little discussion amongst members of the public and scientific community. I want to extend the gratitude of the Royal Horticulturalist Society, as well as myself, for agreeing to this interview. I'm of the opinion that your findings have laid the foundation for a new chapter in the world of horticulture, and wish you good luck in your future endeavors. Thank you for having me, and I too hope my work further benefits the education and knowledge of not only horticulture, but the world of science.